Yes, it is time. Tuesday night, time for our weekly update. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see who is in the chat. Terminator from the Great White North, first one in the text. Let's see here. We got Eagle Lover. Eagle Lover says Texas is getting ready to fix the border. We are going to talk about that tonight. We got another Texan in here. Tamara, how you doing? You guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate y'all showing up. Definitely makes it worthwhile. Kind of better than talking to nobody. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's see how you guys are doing. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are getting past the cold and you're starting to warm up, because we had that's the big talk again, is the around the homestead is the cold. The cold.
A lot of learned lessons.
We got whole Texas contingent in here.
Hey,
Man.
Texas.
Look at that. It's like being at Buc-ee's. But yeah, the cold is still the big topic around here. We learned a lot of lessons. There's Jane Marie. Jane Marie says she's warming up and enjoying it.
Good.
We had a 60-degree differential today.
Now we're hot. We're ready to put on flip-flops and shorts.
From where it was. I'm sorry if the camera starts shaking. It's because the dogs are wandering around and bumping into it. Yeah. Hey Dorothy, how you doing? Dorothy showed up. We got HG in here. We got Virginia coming in the house. But that 60-degree change. I had the day off today again. They canceled work because it rained almost an inch today, and last night, but wherever the snow was packed, it turned into a sheet of ice. Like our driveway was just completely solid ice. 2 inches thick.
I wasn't able to get out until, when did I leave? About 3?
Yeah, about 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Skane's girl's not in jail yet. Whole family getting over. Oh man, Mom was in the hospital. Dad didn't have noticed symptoms. I had a day of fever. Well, you know what? You got to be careful there, HG. That stuff will kill you. That stuff. That's what they told us. That's what they told. 99.97% of all sailors that got COVID lived. It's amazing. It's a miracle.
And we just got canceled.
No, it's a miracle. I mean, it's great. It's awesome.
Oh my.
But, yeah. So last week was rough, guys. Seriously, we lost
a lot.
We lost a lot. We lost a lot of animals this last week. We lost close to 40 chickens, and the little lamb that was born several days ago
got attacked.
Was as far as we can tell, it was taken out by a big cat.
You saw the paw prints.
Yeah, I went down last night as I was putting everybody away, and I saw, even though the snow had melted, you can tell the difference between a cat print and a dog print. But yeah, so that was a shame. The upside is we've been managing to salvage meat, and the dogs have been eating all meat for the last week and a half, or last week.
Longer than that, yeah.
Well, no, it was Tuesday when we did the count.
Yeah, so for the
seems like a lot longer.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been crazy. But yeah. So we've been thinking about it, and we could have put heaters out, and we could have put everything out there to keep more of them alive. But I made the decision that we were going to go low tech this year. This is the year we're going to go low tech. I don't mind having the heater on when they're feathering out, but once that happens, we're not going to have heater on them. So we have been thinking about different ways of keeping the chickens warm in the wintertime. And I think what we come up with, the number one way is more hay.
More straw.
Or more straw.
So more straw. And then we've decided we're going to go ahead and build our flock a lot stronger. So we're going to pull in some more weather hardy birds. And it'll be easier to maintain those weather hardy birds in the summer from the heat than it will to keep the ones that do well in the heat out of the winter. And I may start doing some crossbreeding as well, just kind of see what goes with that. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But we definitely know we've got to up our flocks. So February, somewhere in there, probably middle of February or so, we should start seeing more eggs, more egg production.
More egg production.
And I'll start pulling eggs in and just incubate the heck out of them and get that going. ACM, your order is sitting on my table.
ACM, yes, it came in
yesterday. So, yeah. So
let's invite them over for dinner.
We can have them over for dinner. And so yeah, so we've decided we definitely have to up the flock. I think where we're going as far as the loss of lambs with the new lesson is if you don't hear coyotes, you got a cat problem. And so, and when I'm talking cat, cougars, mountain lions. And so we think this one was a mountain lion.
Well, it was a smaller one. It wasn't.
So could it have been a panther?
I don't know. I don't know. I know that cougar tracks and mountain lion tracks can get great big, but this was definitely a juvenile if it was a cat.
Okay, so the cats definitely come in. If you hear the coyotes, go quiet. So now, thank God, I was outside this evening and I did hear coyotes. So hopefully we're in the clear tonight. Now they are at a distance, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, so we've never had to deal with big cats. This is we moved out here and
well, our neighbors had to deal with big cats. We had mountain lions at Pleasant Hill.
Yeah, but we never dealt with them, and they weren't.
No, we never had them attack. It was fox that we were fighting over there.
You know, but this is when the ones over on the Missouri side were introduced by the conservation department, and they spent 5 years telling everybody that there were no mountain lions in our area, but the trucks with the antennas would be driving around, and they finally fessed up after the big cats started attacking horses and cows and stuff.
Yeah, they started demanding pictures, and so as soon as they got pictures, they admitted what they did. Yeah. But yeah, so we have an issue. But trail cams, I got the SD cards for those, so those can go out tomorrow, and we'll start trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Yeah. So the lambs, I think we do continue to build more of the ewes and just butcher males. So we got to figure out production on that. I know it can get expensive feeding them and taking care of them, but we have to figure that one out because we do eat a lot of lamb. In fact, I need some lamb burger. Is there anybody out there we can butcher?
Yeah. Okay. So Terminator says, my chickens are a mix of barnyard chicken. They have Barred Rock, Rhode Island Red, ISO Brown, and Banty. So far, they're doing okay. My chicken coop is not insulated, but I feel like shavings to keep them.
So that's exactly what we were talking about because G sat me down today and he said, how are you going to build that flock? And I said, remember we had the Rhode Island Red, so we had the Barred Rocks and the Comet Cross and all of that. So that's where we're headed. And they are difficult and a little fragile sometimes in the summertime because we get big heat down here. But like I said, I think it's going to be easier to get them over that than to get them through the winter.
That and this is the first year we've been doing chickens for how many years now?
Years.
But this is the first year that we've had any chickens with the big combs and the wattles, and they died.
Well, and so I was actually talking to Hitch about that. And so he had the same issue. So some of them will know that they need to cover up that comb and get all of that done, and they don't. And so when you have extreme colds like this, it takes out the weak, it takes out the sick, it takes all of that out. So
be safe,
now
KYG.
Now we know what not to do. So there's that. But it's a learning curve. Great to learn now. While we're not
starving.
Right.
Absolutely.
So
so anybody that's new around here, we've got this saying. This is the time that you make mistakes. This is the time that even experienced people can learn from mistakes. because we are not starving. We are not in a food shortage, and our life does not depend on it. We've got backup, so we need to learn from it and go with it.
Only issue I had, meat chickens. I ordered them a little late, and
Lot late.
so well, I thought we could get them through. I thought they'd be okay. So we meat chickens. We're gonna have to order. Would we figure 6 weeks before the time that I did?
Yeah, at
And
least 6 weeks.
By August. I need to order the last batch by August. So we lost all those meat chickens. So here's the other problem that I'm having. So if you guys look at the store chicken now, a new label has come out. And so on all of this store chicken, it says that it's loaded with X amount of salt and then another chemical. And I was like, I've never heard of that chemical. And so I looked it up. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And so I looked it up, and it's a gel. And so it's another preservative, but it's a gel. So if you consume so much of that chicken, doesn't it seem natural that that's going to make you sick? I cannot freeze dry anything like that, nor can I serve anything like that at a festival with a good conscience.
Right.
So don't worry, don't fear if you're going to be at one of the festivals where I'm cooking. Not a big deal. Our community really came together. And so it just so happened we ended up having an impromptu dinner with a neighbor and other members of the Hacks from the community. And I was telling everybody what was going on, and can you believe? And they're so sweet. They're like, all that chicken that we canned. And so when I helped the neighbor and did help the Hacks and all of that, they're like, we still have that. And so what we can do is, if you'll order more chickens, then we can swap out for the chickens. So that's what we're going to do. So don't fear. You're still going to have farm raised chickens. So don't worry if you get in line and I offer the barbecue nachos again, and don't freak out. It's farm raised. So I know exactly where it came from. And on both deals, both people, I actually helped butcher those. So I know exactly where they came from.
So Tamara hit the nail on the head there with the thing. And this is what I did not do properly this year.
Did you clean it?
No, but we didn't go deep enough. I thought we went deep enough, but with all those chickens in there, they made a mess.
Which is what you said we were going to add more straw. Yeah. So yeah.
Cam's right, and yes, the cleaning frozen stuff is terrible. Mm-hmm. Almost dealing with the dead birds. I mean, we've got chicken sickles out there. Ground's frozen solid. It was frozen so solid this morning that the water was sitting on top of the ground, even where there was no snow, because it could not get in. It was so frozen. Right. So I've got these chicken sickles, and like I said, I've been trying to recover as much of the meat as possible and feeding it to the animals. And some of these chickens, even the large ones, are still, after 3 or 4 days since it got really, really cold, mm-hmm. are still frozen solid. I mean, to the point where I can't cut them without ruining the knife. Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Anything goes.
What's that?
Anything goes. He uploaded the WRL.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And then Rabbit popped in. I have at least 14 inches of straw in my coop. The deep litter method is the best way to do chickens.
Yeah. Like I said, it's lessons learned. So we did it in Pleasant Hill. We did more of a litter box method, so we never had this issue here.
Yeah.
Now we have a coop that's above the ground, so it's a different story. We've not had cold like this in the last 2 years that we lived here until now. And so, learning curve. But again, at least we're not starving.
Yeah, in Pleasant Hill, our coop sat down on the ground, and there was about 6 inches of sand underneath everything. And so I could throw one bale of straw in there, and then I'd go in with a hay rake and pull everything out. And in the wintertime, we did go deep. We wouldn't clean it out. So in the springtime, there'd be 6-8 inches of compress in there. But we didn't have to go really, really deep. And the only time we had problems was there was a flower bed on the west side of it, on the uphill side of it. And when I built it, I had put a pit in it and filled it full of wood, and then put the dirt over the top of it. Well, when it rained really, really hard,
The water would go.
that pit would fill up, and then it would start running. Instead of running off to the sides like it was supposed to, it would run down underneath the coop. So there was a muddy mess in there. So every spring it was take a pallet, throw a pallet in there until it dried up, and then off to the races we went. You know. So Tamara's only lost one chick.
Oh, yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, so the upside. What's the upside of losing all these chickens? The adult chickens that survive are going to be much hardier.
Mm-hmm.
These are the animals that we want to survive. And as much as it sucks losing all these animals, that rooster that had Ryeneck died less than a week after we put him back in there because he's still frozen solid. So
Man, you've grown.
what?
When we started losing animals, we've never lost the amount of animals that we've lost this winter.
Even the dog attack didn't take this many.
Right.
The fire. But
Well,
that's different.
yeah, but when we first started, it was literally both of us were in tears and we were ready to quit. So a lot of growth on you. Good job.
I've quit naming animals.
We did do.
I did name the stupid lamb that got attacked though.
Patty did.
No, I did.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought Patty did.
No, I'm the one that came up with Petey. He had a black patch on his eye. And he looked like the dog from Little Rascals, and his little ear hung down.
Yeah.
But you know what? We just deal with it. It's part of life. You know?
How cold did it get there? Oh, yeah. Let's see. It was 38 degrees today.
Did it get up to 38?
It was 38 degrees today, and then yesterday
it was negative 22 4 days ago.
And
with a wind chill down around negative 35.
Yeah, and then I'm not quite sure. We had warnings that it would get down to negative 35, 40. So I'm not quite sure that didn't happen. So yeah, no, this one was rough. So hopefully it's gone. We've got one system coming through now that's bringing in rain.
Oops,
So worst case scenario, that rain, hopefully it's warm enough. It's going to start taking out some of the ice and all that. But we need pipes to unfreeze. We cracked a toilet.
Yeah, we had to replace the toilet.
Well, we didn't replace it. It's sitting on the
It's
front porch.
It's sitting on the counter on the front porch in a
Because
box.
the pipes have to defrost in order for us to be able to trade out the toilet.
So I flushed it before everything froze solid, but the water down in the trap and the J trap underneath it froze and broke the porcelain. And it's not like it was a free toilet. It was the one that was in there whenever we moved in, and it was like a 19.
It was 1986.
Is that what it was?
Was it 86?
No,
it was
older than
82
that.
or 86. Yeah, no, because Patty and I were laughing about it.
Oh.
Yeah, so
It was like a little kid's toilet.
Yeah. So but we got a new toilet. Garen came in and he goes, well, you're gonna get your wish. You get a new toilet. So yeah, you get old and those short toilets just aren't great.
Tamara, I don't name the calves unless I'm going to keep them. Only a few of the chickens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? These are things we learn. And frankly, I like my animals more than I like most people, so it's really hard for me to not get attached to them. Rabbit, it got cold enough here to kill off my lettuce that was in the greenhouse, the beet spinach, and kill, and sure I'll survive though. Awesome.
Good.
If you guys hear any strange noises,
Those are the seeds you want to save, so make sure you get some of those to go to seed.
if you hear anything strange behind us, it's Manny being a grumpy old man. So he's back there growling at everybody. You know. So yeah, absolutely.
Call that a what?
An answered prayer.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to start doing our greenhouse. It's still, it froze so bad. It's still kind of chilly in there. It got up to 40 today, but the water things are still frozen.
Yeah, our son, he's such a trooper. They're gonna come up since it looks like the ice and snow and all of that is gonna stay away and then start melting. They're gonna go ahead and come up this next weekend.
Babies.
And we were like, Bud, we're down to one bathroom, and he didn't even bat an eye. He was like, no worries, it'll be fine. So now I have to go clean our bathroom.
Hey, Hey, Homestead Twins, how you doing, man?
But yeah, so it'll be good to see all of them. And then I've been bartering with Milk Lady, so I have freeze dried so much milk in the last week. It's not even.
Tell them about the conversation about the formula.
Oh yeah.
You get this is crazy, seriously.
So my son called me and he's like, "Mom," he said, "Did you guys put back formula?" Because I think we had that conversation, but then we decided not to put the formula back because we had the goats, and so we knew we could get the goat's milk, and that is the closest to human milk. And he said, "Oh man," he goes, "I was really hoping you put some back." And I said, "Why? What's going on?" And he said a coworker of his, her baby was sick, very very sick. He had like RSV and COVID and a bunch of other stuff, and this is like at 2 months old, and so she wasn't able to breastfeed. And so he said she went to the store, bought 2 cans, and it was $80.
$40 a can. It's crazy.
Yeah, $80. And so he was hoping we had some on hand that she could buy from us or barter or trade or whatever. I'm sure she would probably. And I said, well, we got the goats. And he said, that's going to be a hard sell. And I said, okay, then we've got the raw cow's milk. And he said, okay, I'll talk to her about it. But I haven't heard anything yet, so I don't know.
Did you see Tamara said paint the toilet and stick it out in the front yard, plant something in it.
I'm not doing that.
Maybe do it out back.
No.
Put it out there in the chicken garden.
Oh my God. Don't make me one of those people.
We are those people. We are those people.
So much yard art here, it's not even funny. Blue barrels, white barrels, black barrels.
It's junk. There's only one piece of yard art. But yeah, so that's what's been going on around here. Somebody has been making more videos. Yeah. And there's a cat in the background. Would you get down?
Yeah. A bidet. We thought about a bidet.
Hey, Ghost.
But then obviously that would have froze too, right? The bidet.
Yeah. Well, the bidet is just the fountain on it. Yeah. The pipes in the new bathroom, that the backside of the house is not insulated, and everything froze solid. I had to put a heater on the valve to turn the toilet off so that whenever it came back on, it didn't leak all over the place. And it took a good 3 hours to melt it. It was so cold back there. So, it's just, and so that's another thing we got to do is insulate that back of that house better. We've been talking about that too, on how to do that.
You can see daylight through both sides of the house back there.
Hey, Pat.
Hey.
So there's that. That's what's been going on. Anything else? Oh, you've been making videos. We've got some cooking videos coming out finally, and you've been kind of working on your project too, right?
Yeah.
You want to share with them where you are on it?
So right now I'm taking pictures. So I've got everything. I have one more section that I want to put in there, and then I need to figure out how I'm going to organize everything and do that. And then once I get that done, that can go off to the publisher. So just trying to figure that out. So that's what was fun about the impromptu dinner, because I have a favorite recipe of the hacks, and I had no pictures. So there's a video, but there's no pictures. So I needed to get pictures. So that's what I've been doing. Right now, I'm working on Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. I wanted to make sure that I tried it first.
And tell them why. Just okay.
So
hold on. Before you tell them. If anybody has ever heard of this or has ever done this, I want to know, because I mean, look at me. I know food. I know all kinds of food. I have never heard of this before, but she promised that we were going to try this.
I'm not.
You have the floor.
We're going to keep everything separate because I am not putting that crap in my mouth.
Okay.
So
just tell them.
All right. So my son called me. He goes, "Mom, are you planning on cooking Saturday? Or are you taking us out to dinner?" And I said, I'm cooking. And I said, he goes, "I have one request." And so, of course they're coming up, and I always, whatever he wants, I thought he was going to ask me for my pasta.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ask me for pasta. He's like, can you make chili and cinnamon rolls? And I was like, well, chili would be easy, no problem, right? And then he's like, yeah, everybody at work is talking about this. I figure, you're close enough to Iowa and Nebraska that, you can make this and it'll just be really good that we can do this. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I'm thinking cinnamon rolls for breakfast and chili for dinner. Oh no. So apparently you take the cinnamon roll and then you put the chili on top of it and you eat it like that. And everybody swears that it's good. And then he goes into, and what about, so he kind of did us me for my pasta, but it was weird. Then he goes, and Cincinnati chili. We could do Cincinnati chili too. And I'm like, no. And he's like, he goes, have you ever had Cincinnati chili? And I'm like, no. And he goes, do you know what it is? And I said, no. And he goes, well, it's chili on top of pasta. And I'm like, that's disgusting as well. So no, this is not happening. Yes, gross, gross. And
No
so,
to the hell no.
you're right.
Okay, now as far as the Cincinnati chili goes, every single dude in the chat that was a bachelor has probably eaten it and isn't fessing up to it, because I know that I've been digging through leftovers and I've got spaghetti and chili. You dump it all in.
Be iced or plain. He wants it iced.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to have the sugar in it.
So
Gross.
like, it was disgusting. And then, can you imagine? I mean, that is so much sugar. I don't even use. I don't use flour in my chili. It's an all day project to make it thick and do all of that. I don't put any of that gluten in there. So now I feel like I'm trading myself. Yeah. And so, like, he promised me I could keep them separate. I don't have to put them together. So I'm like, great, as long as I don't have to put them together.
Tim hit it. He is a strange boy.
It's bizarre. And then me, of all people, he's telling me, "Do you know how to make chili, Mom? Do you know how to make chili? Can I give you a recipe, Mom? It's a really good recipe." If you, I did. I used the F word.
Yes.
Don't you flippin' tell me how to make my food. I sell my food. He's like, but it's a really good one. And I'm like, no.
See, okay, so anything goes. Chili cheese pasta is great.
Gross.
Homestead Twins? Maybe the cinnamon roll after eating. I could see that.
That's what I'm saying. After,
you know, the sugar after the heat and the savoriness. Yeah,
I could see where that would be, but he puts the chili on top of it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try it.
Oh, gross.
I will try it, and I will let you guys know how it goes.
Tamarie's down in Joplin. Yeah.
See, and the Cincinnati chili. There's actually a restaurant that was on Diner Dives and Drive-ins. I think it was that they sell Cincinnati chili, and it's like on Route 66, and it's really well known. You know, so but the cinnamon rolls, I don't know. Hey, Dolores made it. Shh, stop talking about it.
He's weirdo.
And she tried after that new toy. That, you know what, that may be a good decision.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's fighting for what that. Oh my gosh, you guys are bringing tears to my eyes. It's so funny.
But I'm looking forward to it. We haven't seen the kids.
Yeah.
For a while. Well, since
it's been
Little Bit's birthday.
Yeah, it's been since November.
So
it'll be nice. Now she was okay not coming up the weekend they were supposed to, because it actually snowed there in Joplin, and she went outside and fell in the snow and discovered that it was too cold. So she totally understood why it was not safe to go to Grandma's.
Oh, Skene's missed the Cincinnati.
Gross.
Cincinnati chili is chili on spaghetti.
Yeah.
Literally chili on spaghetti. And it's meat and bean chili. Let's see. Somebody Tambra. See, I like. You know what?
Only with bacon and lettuce.
When I was a kid, Miracle Whip was it. I hated mayonnaise, but now that I've become an adult and I have more refined taste, mayonnaise over Miracle Whip every single day. In fact, I'm trying to get this one to. She knows how to make it. She's made mayonnaise before,
Yeah.
but she doesn't do it on a regular basis, and it's
We
kind of
don't eat a lot of
kinda
sandwiches. We
hit or
don't.
miss.
Yeah, but for me to sit down and do all of that work and we don't really eat it. Does
Well,
that
that's
make
why you
sense?
do small batches. Tell it, hey everybody,
It's possible to
in
do
the
small
in the
batch.
comments, small batches are the Homestead way, right? We don't make great big batches because it's all fresh.
I have freeze dryers in the house.
That's different. I'm talking for meals.
Dude, I don't know what you're complaining about.
I'm not. I'm
You
just saying.
usually eat everything that's getting ready to go in the freeze dryer. And then even when I get stuff out of the freeze dryer, you eat it.
Yeah.
I can't get it. If I don't get it packaged fast enough, he's all in it.
It's because I'm hungry, and I work, and I need something to eat because I'm
Plenty
not.
of food.
I'm not getting fed on a regular basis.
You are getting fed on a regular basis. I bust my butt in here daily and then bust my butt every weekend pre-prepping your meals to make sure that you have plenty of healthy food in there for your carnivore diet.
Now it's only been a week since you've been doing it.
That is not. You are
See.
so full of crap.
No, it's only.
You
well,
are
okay,
full of
2
crap.
weeks. 2 weeks.
That is not true either.
I haven't been doing carnivore since.
That's not true
Yeah, it
either.
is.
Well, you had everything in there to do it.
But I had to make it myself.
Just shut up. Get out of here.
Oh, guess what Sonic's got now?
What?
The Goober Burger.
Yeah, I saw that.
So now, okay, I'm not gonna eat a Goober Burger from Sonic because Sonic's really kind of nasty. But if you've never had a properly made Goober Burger, you need to give it a try because it is so darn good. There was a place in Sedalia, Missouri. Rabbit probably knows about it. Rabbit probably has eaten there.
Every time we went to the lake, we had to stop and
The
get a
Wagon
burger.
Wheel Inn had
Yep.
the best Goober Burgers in all of the Midwest. And if you don't know what a Goober Burger is, it's a regular hamburger
Bacon cheeseburger with it was a bacon cheeseburger with peanut butter.
with a scoop of peanut with a spear of peanut butter.
Yeah, melted peanut butter.
Oh God, it's so good. It's so good. I ain't gonna lie, the Sonic one smelled good, but I'm not eating Sonic.
Oh, did somebody have it at work or something?
Yeah, Nick got one. Okay, so now,
Hey Chuck, got the order yesterday. Thank you.
hey, reach over there and grab either one of those batches. I don't care which one. Yeah, Goober Burger, peanut butter on a regular bacon cheeseburger. Okay. So we got the order from Chuck. I just want you guys to see this. What you get. Go on.
Well, there's more than that. There's two
Yeah,
of these.
go on Chuck's website, Homestead Medical, and these were there's two of these. These are the 5x9 pads, and there's two of these for $32, I think.
Yeah, well, I guess there's two in each package,
Yeah,
so
so
you get four of those.
You get 4 packages, and then we
You
got
get
the
4 packages.
we
of
got
that.
the 4x4, and there's 6 of them.
Oh, 4
Anyway,
of them.
Same price.
It's just the difference is there's only 40 count, so you get 80 of those where you get 100 of these.
Right, and those are the 4x4. Again, you do not have enough gauze and sponges on hand.
Well, you thought you ordered rolls, so now we have to go back and order again.
Yeah, I
Because we need
went
those.
back. I chose the wrong thing. That was my fault.
That's okay. We'll use it.
Yeah.
And then it was nice because then Linda and Dad, they called. And Linda was like, "I'd never thought of gauze, and so what do I do?" Because she's like, she was worried. They RV all the time, and she's like, we stop by an accident. Somebody's in an accident. We're
Mhm.
driving by. Something happens, and so she's getting ready to order pressure gauze. Is what you
Pressure.
told her to order. So they'll actually keep that in the.
Are those
RV.
ABD pads? I have no idea what ABD pads are.
Which one? The
5x9s.
these?
Well, Chuck's in there. Chuck can answer that question.
Yeah, combine pads.
Yeah, these are combine pads. Oh, there it is. See, told you Chuck had the answer.
So, yeah.
So yeah, go on Homestead Medical, and not just the gauze. Everything on there is really reasonably priced. So it's a great way to get your stuff, and support a like-minded person while you're at it. You know. Oh, okay. So what else we got going on? Anything else that's? Oh,
It's funny
We've
and
been-
interesting.
we've been discussing the festivals this year, and we're
I still haven't decided on that.
on what?
I don't know. I'm not sure what you're getting ready to say.
Well, we're
Like what we're doing, what we're not doing.
yeah, what we're doing, what we're not doing.
I haven't really decided on that.
Well, we're not doing as much. We decided that.
We have to buckle down. So we have to buckle down here. We need to get food production up. We need to get all that stuff up. So definitely Midwest preparedness festivals we're on, and for the SRF festivals we're on. So we will always make sure that we have those on the list. Haven't really decided yet on other things, but I need to poop or get off the pot because I need to make a decision on that.
Well, and we decided because of logistics that we're not going to do any. We were planning on doing a couple things on the East Coast this year, and
Not gonna happen.
we're not going to do that.
We need to make sure that we're close to home. You know, no more than 8 hours.
And the Colorado one, we're going to end up arguing about that because I don't want to go. You have to in Colorado. You have to be a Colorado citizen to sell cottage foods.
Well, and then you're limited on what cottage foods that you can sell there, and so
Very limited.
So what we need to find out if this is a private one. So if it's going to be something like KSL and all of that, then yes, probably we will go ahead and do it. But if it's not, and it's going to be something on the basis where there's food trucks in there, and now you got the state involved and all that, probably will not.
Well,
So
I
and
just
that's
don't
a
need
prepper. Well, it's a prepper expo. I can't imagine that there will be,
it's Colorado though.
but I need to confirm. Well,
It's
that's what
Colorado.
he's worried about. He's worried that we're going to have a bunch of liberals coming after us and, you know, doing that kind of thing. So I'm just not sure. But who doesn't love giving the big bird to the government?
I just don't want the hassle of all weekend wondering when the shoe's going to drop.
Well, because you worry about that, and I don't.
Because I have to pay for it when it happens.
No, what would you pay for? There's no
They're
fine.
yeah.
What's
they'll
the
fine.
fine?
I don't know, but
No,
they
you
will
get
fine
a
you.
warning.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. You're so silly.
You've been to Colorado enough.
You get a warning, and then, you know, so then at that point you would just pack up and go. But, you know, I don't know. I want to talk to her first because I want to find out what it is. But I am tired of the government telling me what I can and cannot do. And I am just, they don't have to follow the rules. They can do whatever they want. And so why is it the rules are for me and not
And
for
we're going
me?
to talk about that tonight. In fact, you want to go there?
You can transition it. I don't
Okay.
mind.
First off,
But if we're going to stand up for ourselves, we need to stand up for ourselves
Before-
and not be afraid to
before we
stand
go-
up for ourselves.
before we go any further, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you made it this far into the live or on the replay, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and come join us and join everybody in chat on the journey towards a lifetime free. Okay, and
And if you're new here and you're already subbed, I'm sorry. But this is who we are.
So let's talk about what's going on in Texas, and specifically in Texas. All right. So for anybody that doesn't know, and we got the entire Texas contingent here has been talking about it at the beginning of the chat and stuff. So the state of Texas decided that they were going to shut down Eagle Pass to the illegal immigrants. So they threw up concertina wire. Well, the Biden administration, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that the organization that is charged with protecting the border is suing a state to open the border up. But that's a whole nother thing. So the Supreme Court just today, from my understanding, maybe it was late yesterday, said no, the Border Patrol can cut the wire. And the Texas National Guard was like, no, we're not going to, you're not going to do it. And so there's a loggerhead right now. So constitutionally, let's look at this constitutionally. Constitutionally, the federal government has the responsibility for protecting the border. So from an originalist standpoint, they're standing there. The it could happen that way, or should happen that way. Realistically, the federal government is not protecting the border, and so the federal government is ignoring Supreme Court rulings on any number of things, right? So now we've reached the point that the states, specifically Texas in this case, are fighting back, and they're saying no. This is I don't know if people understand exactly how significant this is, because they're starting to fight back against an immoral and corrupt administration and government. Okay, and here's the problem. Here's another problem, and it's not really a problem, but it's something for everybody to think about. No matter how this turns out, even if the wire goes down or Texas stands up and doesn't let them do it, it is a win-win for the Biden administration, because one of two things is going to happen: either the wire is going to come down and the border is going to be opened up just like they want it to be, or they're going to treat this just like they did J6, and they're going to use it to lie to people and tell them how bad conservatives in Texas are. So don't think that I'm sitting here saying what Texas is doing is wrong, because personally, I think it's about time. But we need to be aware of A, exactly what's going on, and B, what the repercussions are. All right.
I can't show that one. Anything goes.
Which one? Oh.
You want me to show
No,
it?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Anything goes. It's a legitimate question. You know. It's. But so yeah, we need to be watching this very closely and see what happens, because the ramifications of this are a lot deeper than what a lot of people realize. You know, and we need to become educated about it. We need to make sure that we know what the truth is before we start repeating stuff. Take as an example the kids that got kicked out of the New York school for the immigrants. Yeah. That was for 12 hours. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but we need to know the facts. It was for a 12-hour period, and then they were let back in the school. They went back to school. And the reason why that's important is because if we go repeating it and say, oh, they kicked the kids out of school, then the left can come back to us and say, hey, they're lying.
No.
They're lying like they always do.
Now, the truth to that is, to one of the truths there, is that they literally told all of the teachers to take anything valuable out of the classroom for them to be able to come in. These are the people they're letting over here.
And then the other one is the illegal immigrants as police officers. So the true story, they are not letting people fresh across the border. Pedro or Mahmoud is not coming across the border and being handed a gun and being allowed to be a police officer. Though the ruling was that DACA people, and anybody that doesn't know what DACA is, those are the kids that are brought over here by their parents when they're super young and they've grown up in the United States. They're still illegal immigrants, all right? But it's if we're going to talk about it, we need to talk about it and know the facts, because the average person, if you say illegal immigrants, the left is gonna pull up Bob, who's been here his entire life and grew up in Sacramento, and it, for all intents and purposes, is American except for where he was born.
And there was another story, so you have to kind of line everything up, and then you have to go in and investigate. So there was another story that came out that gun dealers, when you go to a gun shop, that there's FDA said no background, ATF said no background checks for illegal immigrants, and that you have to cut that out. And we were like, well, how in the world would that work? So you looked it up, and what did you find?
So you don't do a background check on, how's it going? An alien, legal or illegal, cannot own a firearm unless they are in the United States on a non-immigrant visa. All right, so they there's a visa out there that you can be from another country, but as soon as you get it, you are not treated as an immigrant. And so the question, and that's the truth of the matter. But I still haven't figured out if they're giving these people automatically, putting them in the non-immigrant visa status, or if the ATF ruling or the ATF advisory was dealing with saying that you can give. It's confusing. And again, it's like everything. It's like everything else with the ATF. It's confusing. It makes no sense.
It is, and we're trying to figure out what would be the point of issuing that visa. Well, then we have the military who now is saying they're trying to pull in these immigrants into the military and recruiting them, which they can absolutely do on a work visa. So we're trying to sort all that out and figure it out. I don't know if we'll ever get the true answer, but it is what it is.
Just be aware, and the reason why I've said it before, and I'll say it again here, the reason why this is important is because we have to be able to paint a picture for the person that is not as engaged as we are in this battle that's going on, and we need to be able to provide them with
Why won't that show?
With an image of the future.
That's weird.
What?
Why won't that show? Her comment. There it goes.
But we need to paint a picture that is an alternative to what the left is providing, and it needs to be A, truthful, B, easily understandable, and C, easily implementable. So we need to get headed in the right direction as far as the information battle goes.
Yeah, well, but that brings up another point right there. So they keep changing it. Everything changes.
Yeah. So
the rules are changing.
Well, and there's I was going to do a video on this, but I just deleted it because we're going to talk about it now. So what bothers me is that the federal government is violating the judiciary's rulings and the Constitution on a regular basis. They're being now, Second Amendment wise, we are in a better shape right now. Category, there's no arguing this. If you look at the statistics, we are in a better shape constitutionally with the 2A now than we have been for decades. Unconstitutional laws are getting struck down left and right. There are 38 states that have constitutional carry. So gun crime is down. Violent crimes are down in every place except for the big cities. And so we're winning. We're winning this. But there's going to come a point in time, they double down and they say, well, we don't like that ruling, so we're just going to put another bill out that's even worse. Yeah. There's going to come a time when they say, screw it, and we are not going to do it. And we're already on the cusp of that. Just change the dictionary. But we're already on the cusp of that in Illinois. In Illinois, they are. It looks like they're gearing up for confiscation on a limited basis. They expanded the state highway patrols. What's it called? The people that process the FOIA applications and the conceal and carry applications. Apparently, in the state of Illinois, there's only 2 of them in the entire state, and so they increased it, and they're gonna double the size, so 4 people. But they want to do this so that they can get more people on the registry as owning a gun. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there, and there's going to come a day whenever the government's going to say we don't care about the Constitution.
You muddy the waters. Remember what I told you about the AI call today?
Oh yeah. And I tried looking that up. I haven't verified that yet.
Sean Hannity did.
Yeah, Hannity's a tool. He's got a book for sale.
Stop it.
Sean Hannity's got a book for sale.
Stop.
I think I think
Do
Levine
you
does
know?
too.
Keep going because we're gonna have a book for sale. So keep going.
That's
Keep
fine.
teasing.
That's fine. We're not putting one out every several months and talking about it constantly on the radio.
So what? We talk about it constantly on here.
He's a tool.
Whatever. I don't care.
He's a tool.
I like him. I like his message anyway. Some of them.
Okay, what I miss? Give it time. New Orleans is going underwater. It's sure genius to build it 10 feet under the sea level.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So, like, Rabbit doesn't want Kansas to go in with Missouri, which I find is very interesting.
On what?
To be their own country. Texas, Oklahoma. He just wants Texas, Oklahoma. What do you say? And Missouri
Look,
and Arkansas.
Look, you get rid of Johnson County and Wichita and Lawrence.
We're probably the most conservative.
Yeah, you get outside of those areas, and this state is red.
Yeah, the problem here is, and why it's still purple, is because of the exact situation that we're talking about. They pull in all the immigrants into the city. They're offering everybody $15,000 if they move to the city and then work there. I think they have to work there for 3 years. I think is the minimum, and then they can move back to wherever they want. So that's part of the problem. What we got to do is we got to take our government back over, and Laura Kelly right now is on income for the state, so she's ignoring a lot of things that need to be done. We got to get her out.
Yeah, that's for anybody that's not from the Kansas City area. Johnson County is one of the richest counties in the country, and it is extremely liberal. And they drive. There's more people in Johnson County. More people in Johnson County and Wichita combined than in the rest of the entire state.
Yeah.
So it drives politics, to say the least.
Yeah.
Look at that. We got people talking about Civil War and creating new countries.
So this has been a talk for a couple of years, not gonna lie, and I've even heard it from government officials. So there's some validation to that. I think it's just a matter of when that's going to happen, which is one of the reasons why we're going to pull back from some festivals this year, and we're going to get our butts in there.
I do not want to go out of state in October or November of this year. Seriously.
Yeah, we will. October will be iffy. It kind of depends on what SRF does,
yeah.
But at least we'll be close enough to home, and we've got enough spots to get to if we need safety between then.
Well, I think I'm gonna put the saddle tank back on
Yeah, that needs to happen.
The bed tank back on the truck.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Because it's close enough that we can make it from there to here on that extra tank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Homeless up here now. That was a few weeks ago. Oh yeah.
What did you say?
The homeless people in Olathe.
Oh, you should see the homeless people here. And we're a small freaking town. You should see the homeless here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, this is ridiculous. Something is awry, and I'm not sure. I see several counties here in Kansas that they put the cartel into, and so the cartel is here. They're in full blown force.
Well, to be fair, there's cartel activity in every county in the United States, according to the
It's bad. So it's bad. So we are in one of the counties where it's severe, and yeah, it's not good. So and I find it interesting that they're reporting on that and calling it cartel, because I kind of wonder if it's not sleeper cells. Because I'm seeing different things when I go into town, and I'm noticing things when I go to the city.
You're gonna drive yourself nuts.
No, you know what? Being aware is not a bad thing. You need to be aware of things, and there's less English being spoken. There are, and don't take this as I'm a racist or anything else, because I'm not. But there are different skin colors and facial features that I've never seen before.
Because there's a lot more Central and South Americans coming up. A lot more.
I don't think they're just that, and I'm seeing a lot more women in burqas than I've ever seen before in town, in the city. And so it's very, very interesting to me. And so my concern is the communism that comes with it and Sharia law.
And I'm gonna be extremely bigoted here when what I'm saying here. So one of the problems we're having with the sheep, we've got too many sheep right now, and in the past we have sold on Craigslist. We've sold live sheep on Craigslist, and we had an incident, and when we lived at the old house, and I decided I was never selling to a Muslim again because of the way the animal's treated. And so now we run the risk.
Haitians, yeah, I've noticed that too.
Now we run the risk if we sell it any place but the sell barn, I'm going to have to deal with people like that, and I don't want to do it because I don't want to. We try to
make more money off sell barn anyway than we will with the goats and sheep. It's not like the cattle, so we'll make more money there because of the market in Kansas City. But basically, somebody else will come in and buy them. They'll pay us a fair price for them, and then they can deal with all that crap. Yeah. And what we'll do is we won't USDA mark them, and so then they have to go to butcher. Yeah. And we'll just do it that way.
Anywhere I go,
you're mumbling, and I can't read.
You can't read. I'm just now finding out about this. Sure. My son usually is with me anywhere. This is Rabid saying this.
I see that.
Well, you can see that, but you can't read the thing.
Well, So what drives me nuts is when, like, if he'll start reading something, I don't look at the comment because he's supposed to read it out loud, and then he doesn't read it out loud. He mumbles and then I can't hear what he's saying.
It's always my fault.
It is.
You heard that one, didn't you?
I heard that one.
His son carries 100% of the time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. We should all be carrying. Yeah. Whenever we go out in public.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that more.
I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start carrying more often here around the yard. If there's big cats out here.
Yeah.
God, it's the last thing I need to run up against something like that when I'm out cutting wood or something.
Uh-oh. Starla's got a question.
Okay, where is it?
No, he didn't get his eyes checked yet.
Nope.
Or his hearing. Neither one.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm going to get my hearing checked. It's not by the VA.
Yes, you are.
I'm having second thoughts about doing the VA. So I applied for the VA, and the medical contractor's calling me wanting to set up the initial screening. And I'm having a hard time calling them back because I don't want to get in bed with the government again.
Okay, but here's the thing. That is something that when you were in the military, that is something that you earned. You're not wanting to go out and spend money on glasses. You're not wanting to go out and spend money on hearing aids. So you need to go ahead and you need to take the benefit and you need to go get your eyes checked. The VA will pay for your glasses.
Or just go pay for my glasses.
But you won't do it.
Because we never have any money. Because we have broken toilets. And
you're killing me.
Broken toilets and broken windows in the truck.
You know what? I'm just going to set your damn appointment, and then I'm going to handcuff you and take you there.
Yeah.
You need to do just that. Just do those two things. Those two things will make you so much happier.
Okay, let's take a poll. Impromptu poll in the chat. Who says go to the VA? Who says stay away from the evil U.S. government that is curtailing our rights on a daily basis? Don't get in bed with them. We should be free. See that? That's called crafting a message.
Whatever.
I don't know. I've been
trying to get out of stuff.
I've been kicking it back and forth because I really
says don't get your hearing checked. That's not true, Rabbit. So I had somebody that I know that tried to fill their hearing test and did not. And so.
Oh, I won't have a problem failing the hearing test.
No, you won't.
In fact, if I
go to the VA, go to the VA. Give you hearing aids and glasses. Dang it! You defended our country. Seeing grumpy.
You're mumbling.
I'm seeing. Well, I'm trying to read it. Dang it! Don't give me a hard time.
Reading's hard.
This is about you being a turd, not me. Wait a minute. All right. See, I'm seeing you taking Grumpy to the VA looking like a dog just realized he's arriving at the vet. Probably, yes. That's funny.
Better get me tanked up.
I'm not taking you to the VA that way because then you're going to end up in treatment because you speak your mind too much. Yeah. So Skanes, he won't work the system. The millions of illegals are doing it. I get it. The issue is that we're not those people. So, but this is something that he earned and something that he needs to be doing.
And that's really kind of unfair, Skanes, because people going to the VA, that I understand that it is something that I earned. It's something that the government promised me, and by all rights I should have gone a long time ago. Honestly, fact is I hate the VA.
It's glasses and hearing aids. You're not having a heart attack and going there. I would never take you to the VA if you had a heart attack because I know you're not.
They'll find a way. They will find a way to kill you.
I would never do that.
Or
I would
bugs
never let that happen.
or-
Oh, stop it! It's hearing aids and glasses.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna kill you.
Well, and it's along the lines of me working for the DoD and waking up every morning, wondering why I'm going into work working for the beast. Seriously, that's what it is with me.
Yeah. See, even Gregory, go to the VA. You earned it, but I understand why you don't want to go. Totally different department. Just go get your hearing aids and glasses. Oh, jeez. Just do it. You know, I would never take you there if something serious happened.
I don't know that. You say that now.
You have a video. You have proof. Y'all come back at me if I take him to the VA if he has a heart attack.
There you go. Get a big insurance. Hey, no. I just realized what you're. No. That's uncool, man.
I'm gonna do that for hearing test and eye check. It's not gonna happen.
No, I know I
think you're
should.
being
Guys,
absurd.
seriously, I know I should. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time processing it for obvious reasons. I mean, you can't fault me. You really can't fault me for feeling the way I feel after what's happened to me at the hands of the U.S. government. So.
Yeah, I just think glasses and hearing aids is a totally different thing.
Oh, now Hax is playing the Hax is playing the freaking Patriot card. I'm a patriot by going to the VA now, according to Hax. Boy, I'll bet the VA never saw that one coming. No, I'm probably going to do it. I don't want to, but I probably.
You need to do it. You need to do it. You don't have to have them look at anything else, but hearing and eyes.
So, and Skanes is right. Skanes made the comment. She set it up here. Where is it? It's important to get these things addressed now while you still can, because, tough times are coming. Okay. Here, tell me what you guys think about this. So it got so cold here that when they ran the weekly test on the generator at work, the switch froze. The switch froze in the on, and they broke it whenever they were trying to get the switch turned off. So the generator up until last Friday was running on a combination of power and or grid and fuel, but it was running constantly. It wouldn't shut off. So people were shocked because it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to get a replacement part. And they're like, why does it take so long? And I looked at them, I said, you guys are lucky it's only going to be 2 or 3 weeks. Realistically, it could be 6 months to a year for that part to come. Thankfully, it's a common generator and it's a common part. But there are generators and parts and transformers out there that literally take years to get back. But these people had no clue. And it was like I was telling them something that they had never heard before. And for a lot of them, I think that's true. They hadn't heard it. You know? So it just, these things are coming. We were just watching, oh my gosh, what's his name?
He's got glasses. Heavy
Popular
set.
Report.
Yeah.
Popular Report. And he was getting stuff from people all over the country saying that shelves at Walmart are bare. Or they
Shelves at Walmart are weird, and it's in the freezer section and the cooler section. And so when he said that, it hit me, and I just kind of had a flashback to when I was at the store, and I told Aaron, I'm like, "Oh my God, he's absolutely right." And so there was an entire section in the cooler that there was maybe 2 pizzas left. Now, frozen pizza, you just make your own; it'd be better, but it not the point because so many people just don't know how to cook unless they're told directly on the box. Here, let me feed you chemicals. Put it at 425 for 18 minutes.
Yeah, Rabbit says he took his generator into the house to keep it warm over last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got so cold here. They bought all the diesel 911 out of O'Reilly's, and while it was running, the diesel was still gelling up, and it got so bad that it ruined the fuel pump. They have to replace the fuel pump on it now too.
And that's lovely that they did that, so that now all of the farmers who can't get our skid steers and tractors started and all of that now have to run all over the state to find diesel 911. Just beautiful.
Yeah, I couldn't get the skid loader started, and I couldn't get the air compressor started because I've got a oil air compressor, and it was so cold that the oil was it wasn't solid because I could see it moving a little bit, but it would not turn over properly. And I got a flat tire that I got to fix on the skid loader. So there's that.
Yeah. So yeah. So this is the message going.
So
what time are we? We're over an hour. You need to get to.
So in Bama, Skane says that there was no meat on Saturday at Sam's Club.
So you see where this conversation is going. So you should address that section.
I know. So let's see what else do we got here. Oh, this is good. This goes back to the government not following the edicts of the court. They just a couple of days ago, the Biden administration earmarked $4.9 billion to pay off about 700,000 student loans after they were told, no, you cannot do that.
I bet you there won't be any white people in there with good jobs.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. You don't know that.
We'll see.
That was racist.
Well,
that was flat out.
I got kids with student debt, so, and I know how much we pay in taxes. So let's see.
And the other thing, and this is gonna affect all you, and it just came out. I think Gateway Pundit. I got to put this up. So Greg is back in the house. His wife is not running his ID anymore. I had a fuel line break last week. It was really cold. I had to get it fixed outside. Yeah, the FBI has been asking financial institutions, and again, this is preliminary. I do not know all the facts on this. They've been asking financial institutions to flag transactions that had anything to do with MAGA, Trump. I think they did Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop and a couple other places where they were flagging these for potential terrorist ties is basically the gist of it. So, Bible, that was the other one. But anything of Bible bookstores or anything.
So let's wipe out the Christians, the homesteaders, the preppers, the hunters.
Well, you know who they see as an enemy by who they focus on. Mm-hmm. And right now they are focusing on like-minded people, people that are self-sufficient, modernly self-sufficient, people that are growing communities, people that are involved actively. And they are literally, they started with Trump. They did it to the J6 people. They are literally trying to criminalize people that have opinions that differ from theirs. Plain and simple. You cannot slice that pie any other way and come up with another conclusion.
And where does that go? The little email that we got. You said don't mention names. So
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. She reminded me. You got to be more straightforward when you're.
That's where I thought you were going. I didn't realize you were going with that, but it kind of goes in the same guideline.
So we did the Without Rule of Law live, and I have been trying to put together some panels. Got some really cool people lined up. They said yes. It's just a matter of making it. But I thought it would be fun to have an all Australian panel. And we know some people that used to have a great big YouTube presence down there. And so I reached out to them and I was like, hey, if you could reach out and talk to your community and find some people that want to join the panel and come up there, we'll do an all Australian panel. And it took about 3 weeks to get an answer. We've been going back and forth, but a final answer on it. The Australian prepper community they would love to be involved in something like that, but out of self-preservation, they feel they can't. And the email, I'm not going to read the email because it'll let you know exactly who it is, and I wouldn't do that to them. But the government down there is monitoring people like that, and they
monitor our phone calls and they monitor our emails.
Whenever we talk to them, so we have to be very careful what we say in the emails going to them. And one of the things that they're really concerned about down in Australia is this new WHO treaty that's going to be signed, World Health Organization treaty. And yes, I've got to get in there and I've got to learn more about that. The wild thing is 2 years ago, one of these people told us that the United States is 2.5 years behind where Australia is as far as oppression goes. And sure as snuff, 2 years, almost exactly 2 years from the time that they said this to us.
Should we have this conversation? Here we are.
The governor of Massachusetts is asking people in Massachusetts to open their homes up to illegal immigrants. Now it's not the same flavor. It's in Australia it was COVID refugees. Here it's illegal immigrants. But
no, in Australia it was homeless. It was homeless people.
But they're asking American citizens to do this, and they are trying to push the gun confiscation and the gun laws like they've got in Australia. So this is coming. So if you want to get a general idea of what we got to look forward to in the next year and a half,
watch Australia.
Go back and look what's been happening down in Australia, because if they hadn't been so spot on,
curfews in New York.
Yeah, exactly, curfews. Mm-hmm. So if they hadn't been so spot on with calling it time frame and what was happening, I would poo-poo the idea. I would say, yeah, probably not. Fact is, they were right, and admittedly, it's anecdotal. It's us talking. It's our own personal experience. We don't have verification of any of this stuff.
This is my sister in Christ, and so I feel for them.
Well, I do too.
They have a freedom spirit, and they're not allowed to have it.
Well, I told them that our community up here was always open to freedom refugees.
You got to get them out of there. Yeah. But they have kids and grandbabies, and so it's difficult.
Yep. So just keep an eye on that, and I know it sounds like I'm blackpilling everybody, but it's not meant to be that way. It's just a warning. It's just something that we've seen and something that we think has some validity and is worth watching.
Yeah. For sure. Sorry, guys.
But anything else? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. And so let me explain. It's personal for me because I've been on the receiving end of phone calls, and these people are just so kind-spirited, and they're
awesome.
They love God, and she called me, and we had a conversation, a very long conversation, on what the Bible said and what they should do, and she was super, super conflicted, and so we went over all of that. So the turmoil and things that they went through, because I was on the other side of the conversation, I know what they went through, and I'm telling you right now, I think a lot of people that are getting ready to go through this will not. They won't get through it. And so we just have to pray. We just have to pray for everybody. And that's another thing too.
You see what Starla said?
No. What did she say?
Detox and did what you had told me. Had a checkup yesterday. All blood counts are back to normal, probably in remission.
Great.
Awesome.
Perfect.
That is awesome.
And but
nature works.
So because I've been through this at some level with them, it hurts me deeply, and I think that several people are going to go through that here, and if you have no idea what you're going through, you're never going to make it.
Right.
So I'm really concerned, really seriously concerned.
And that's why these lives are important, because we're able. If you don't have a local community, at least you've got this community.
Man, that sucks. I just shared my heart with people on video. Dang it.
Well, and there's no saying that they won't turn the internet off, because it's what what tyranny people do. Total totalitarians. There we go. Words are hard, but it's what they do. So there's no guarantee that we're always going to have this ability to get there like this. But we need to do it as much as possible until that time happens, and we need to bolster each other and help each other move forward. So that's why it's important. That's why the community is important. That's why coming on these lives and doing these lives are important.
And it's community everywhere. It's not so our community. We don't just talk about 5 square miles or 50 square miles. Or it needs to be all over the United States, because we're going to need each other. We're going to need each other bad. And I see the struggle out there and what a lot of the Aussies are going through, completely down to what tools they can carry in their vehicles. And so, and there's papers to show what tools you can have in your vehicles. It's just insane. And that's what's coming for us. And it's sad.
And we don't have any place to run to. That's why this is important, because there's no place else to run to.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Okay, so that was what she was talking about on the radio. That somebody, because they've got open primaries in New Hampshire.
I'm surprised they only had 23 of those. That's interesting.
Well, there's only 23 delegates in New Hampshire.
No, I thought 0 out of the 23 delegates.
So anybody that doesn't know, somebody sent out a robocall in New Hampshire today.
They think it was created with AI.
But they sent out a robocall and told everybody to write in Biden in the Republican primary, trying to screw things up. And you're going to see more of those shenanigans as time goes on, which is, again, why I don't want to be away from home in October, November timeframe, because it's just going to get crazier. Let's see.
Hey, Wes, got your message, man. Sorry to hear what you're going through.
Follow that. You can lean over to the water. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So why does the
KYG's watching us under the covers with a flashlight?
Your mom's gonna get so mad at you. So another interesting aspect of that AI call, and why that robocall could have caused so many problems. Especially think about it if it was a national vote, not just primary. So basically, then you cost the state more money, because now they've got to have more people coming in, counting ballots, doing all of that. So when your slip, you have a write-in section, which we have that too. And so then you put it into the computer. Well, if it's a write-in, then it's pulled, and all of those have to be hand counted. And so, just imagine on a national level what kind of damage that would do. We could not have not have results for days.
They're not going to cheat like that.
They'll just decide who.
They've already decided.
What am I thinking?
Well, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Argentina did away with computer ballots, and they were able to tally up.
Biden got 5.8% of the vote. Those are the dumbasses that you want to know actually who they are, so that you can just wipe them out. Those are your sheeple, right there.
So what the DNC is doing to Robert Kennedy? He is a thorn in their side, and they are treating him exactly like they treat anybody else that goes off the plantation. If you're not on the Democratic plantation, you get vilified and ruined. They try to ruin you. And when I say ruin, I don't mean just in monetary. I mean they try to destroy you.
Yeah, there was even Linda sent me a video. I couldn't open it, so I'm kind of glad I didn't. And I was trying to figure out what it was about, and so I went out and did some things and a little research, asked some questions and that kind of thing. They were trying to say that they leaked a story that John F. Kennedy isn't dead, and so somehow this coincides with each other. So they're false information. I don't know. So confusing. It's probably more of that.
So if you guys don't know,
Is that Q and on?
yeah, if you guys don't know what Rabbit's talking about, go as soon as you're done here. Go over to Black Scout Survival. He did a little thing on it yesterday that pretty informative. I mean, it's not much to it. Some guy got on there and they were interviewing him, and he said, "You don't know who I am, but you will soon." And it was a Arab guy. So go watch Black Scout Survival. He did a really good job of talking about
He's been putting out some good videos lately. A lot of good information. So yeah, but dang, man, I'm sorry I got so emotional, guys. But she's got a soft spot in my heart. So yeah, okay, man, he just wants to be a rapper.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants to be. He's an aspiring rapper. Not just be a rapper. He's an aspiring rapper.
The Muslim guy.
Yes, he's an aspiring rapper. Everybody's an aspiring.
Isn't that like? Oh, you're joking.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
No.
Okay. All right.
Hey, tell him about jackalopes. No, I'll have to look that one up. I did not see that. I literally, since I had the day off, I took care of the animals, and I literally spent all day working on videos and stuff. It's first time I've done that in months, where I sat down for an entire day and just worked on videos.
That's why he was really happy. He was like, "You need to make more videos." I'm like, "Have you got the videos off the doohickey?" And he was like, "Yo, do you have some on there?" Yes. So we'll have some more coming. What is that?
One more rock, and what about all the
Reddit?
realty? No, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there. Not quite sure. I'll have to go look that up and see what that's about.
Is that what? So what is realty?
I don't know. I'm not sure. See? You know what? I'm going to bed. I learned something. I'm done.
Oh my.
Okay, look, we're over an hour and 20 minutes. You guys got any other?
Oh, terrorist.
Oh, terrorist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can go to Border 911. Is it dot?
Well, and even the DOJ,
org.
Even the DOJ that says that there's not a border crisis admits that there's something like 38 Hamas training camps in the United States. So yeah, we have been infiltrated. That's a
Tom Holman actually laid it out. They've got him and Mark have some numbers in there, so you can go to Border 911 and get some of those numbers.
Yeah. So just we got to be vigilant. I think HG said it earlier. Be vigilant and always
keep your head on a swivel 24/7. And that's every time I get. When my son and I finish our phone call, I let him know. I make sure he knows. I love you. Keep your head on a swivel. And he said, "Will do, Mom. I love you too." Every conversation, it always ends like that. He's a good kid. A strange word, but he's very good kid.
So, do you guys have anything you want to talk about before we call it quits tonight? I think I ran through everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that was pretty much. Oh, On a fun note, PETA's back in the news. So, PETA literally is so y'all. It was it Punganoxy Phil, Tunganoxy Phil,
Poxitani Phil.
Poxitani Phil.
Puxatani Phil, the
The
groundhog.
Oh, I was thinking it's a gopher. And so, like Philadelphia always has a ceremony and they do all of this stuff. PETA has come in and said, you can't do that. Don't do that anymore. Now you have to flip a gold coin. So they're trying to get them to retire Satani Phil and trade him for a gold coin. They said that prediction is just the same measurement as the groundhog. So, but then what do? Then you lose Groundhog's Day movie. You lose, just all kinds of stuff.
I'm just gonna say it. If you're a vegan, your food kills way more people than mine.
That's a fact.
Way more well, it kills more people too, but kills way more animals and organisms than my food ever does.
Yeah. In fact, the same chemical that I found in chicken, you guys, all you organic vegan eaters and organic eaters out there, just want to let you know, all of your food is full of that chemical. Just saying. No, seriously, like you can go and you look at this chemical and it's just got poster after poster and information after information of how bad this chemical is. They started using it in the 1930s, and so it's just gotten out of control. So, but FDA says it's safe, so no worries.
They're from the government. They're here to help.
Right.
Oh, I found a new book.
Removing the Statue of Liberty.
I found a new book, guys. You guys need to look this book up. It's the government is here to help. The media tells the truth, and Big Pharma wants you to be healthy, and other fairy tales for naive adults. That's the name of the book. So that should be on everybody's Christmas list.
Well, what's the point, Rabbit? So, okay, the gold coin won't bite your ass. So, what's the whole point? That's funny. That's funniness. So, remember the mascot for the Marine Corps bit Bill Clinton?
Well, he tried to.
It was hilarious. So, why? Why remove it? Right? You're missing out on all the fun. Yeah.
No, everything's still here, Wes. Everything is still here.
Yeah. No, you're on no timeline, dude. Don't worry about it.
Okay, finally, one last thing. This is frustrating. So, the live that Spags and I did last week about the tax stuff, I thought it was really good. I thought it was very thought provoking and it's pretty good. It was throttled. They once the live was over, they throttled it. It's not being pushed out to people. It got limited monetization, which I knew that was going to happen. That was
I think it got totally demonetized.
No, it's limited. It's limited. But yeah, they didn't push it at all. The original video got 15,000 views, and this one got less than 150.
Yeah, it's weird.
So that whole censorship thing is happening, and we just need to get used to it. We need to learn to work with it and work around it. All right. That's about it. That's about it for this week. You guys, again, thank you for being here. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Leave comments down below. If you want to support the channel, go to grumpyacresfarm.com and you can get cool hats like the Never Alone hat. You can get the t-shirts. You can get one of the Don't Be an Angry Pecker shirts. You can get all kinds of good stuff and help support the channel. We don't want
and other veterans as well. So not all of our stuff is just from us.
Ghetto's been lurking.
Get it, Ewan?
He said
Yeah.
Great live stream.
He's probably working.
So you guys go there if you want to support the channel. And we just a couple of days ago, we are now on the Midwest Preparedness Project Discord server, and we are going to be posting content there and talking with Spags and Patrick.
Will you walk me through the Discord, because Jeanette was asking me about that, and I have no flipping clue.
I'll teach you. It's dead simple. But yeah, we are on there, and Spags and I were talking, and they're going to set up so we can do live chats. We can do video chats. He's going to set up video channels, and there's a whole everybody that's associated with Midwest Preparedness Festival is, as far as vendors and speakers and people that donate stuff, are all going to be on there, and we're gonna try to make it a very active and useful server.
We're sponsoring
Yes, we are sponsoring. What'd you decide?
Sun Oven.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be a Sun Oven up for grabs up there. So I need to get a hold of Trip though and see if he'll help out. So, but there'll be a Sun Oven there one way or the other.
So get a chance to win a sun oven. Skeins, have you got a chance to use your sun oven yet?
Dude, she's been so busy.
I'm
She's
just
been
asking.
swamped. There's no way. She's been dealing with her mom and now all this stuff. So there's no way.
All right, guys, listen. It's time to go. We need to get my beauty sleep and. Oh, hang on. KYG wants to know if anybody's read 1 Second After and the follow-up books. Did not like the follow-up books as much as I liked the first one. Yep, that's a good one
What
too.
do you say?
Lights Out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. As Gregory Kissel says, stay safe until next week. What do you guys need to go do? Just tell them the whole thing. Take us out.
Until next time, be at least 1% better tomorrow than you were today. And until next time, go live a life done free.
All right, guys. Take care.